All right, ladies and gentlemen, the name of my show today is Birds of a Feather Flock Together. And the reason why I thought of that title, I thought of a lot of titles. Love, Peace, and Happiness was one of them, which my Queen Beverly had gave me that suggestion. And I was thinking about the peaceful aspect of that because she did a show on love and happiness, but I was thinking about the peace part. Then I thought I seen some activity the other day on the bus. And I thought to myself, I said, wait, I got to speak on this because this is something to extenuaneously, I do my shows, you understand me? Extemporaneously, you understand me? Which is a word that my Queen Beverly, I have to give her credit and give her a shout out for this because she is my scholar with style. And because of her, she made me a better man as far as intellectually wise. I'm sharper and I'm better because, like I say, this brings the point about birds of a feather flocking together. When you're around people that are doing better and that are growing and that are more intelligent, that you can strive and be better every day toward, then you'll be a better person yourself if you be around those type of people. See, when you're young, you understand me, when I was young, I made a lot of mistakes and I did a lot of things because I had to learn my way. You know, when you're young, you're learning your way. Some young people are more intelligent and more sharper, and they don't have to make the mistakes that some other people do. You know, even though you really get it when you make a mistake. If you play it safe and you don't go out, you don't take no chances, somebody tell you don't do this and you don't do it. You just don't do it because they told you not to do it. You don't try it. Well, you really don't know. You're just being apprehensive and you're being scared of the situation. You know what I'm saying? That's like I said about a comfort zone, you know. You don't go out of it because you're scared of what the consequences are and you're living safe. You know what I mean? When I was young, I liked it a lot of drama. I liked it a lot of activity. And, you know, I seen that, you know, I learned, I lived, and I learned. Then the older I got, the more peaceful I got, and the more I wanted to have a peaceful life. You see? Easy does it, you understand? Especially when I got into my sobriety, because when I was drinking and using drugs, you know what I mean, it was a lot of drama, it was a lot of activity, and you always was in a lot of chaos. You know, so at the time, you know, I didn't know no better, so I didn't do no better. And then I noticed the friends I had and the people that I ran with were all people that were drinking. You couldn't trust them. They'd take from you, they'd steal from you, you know what I mean? It just, the people I ran with were not good people, you see. And as I got more advanced, as years came on, especially, I say the last 34 years, because when I lost that 10, I was around people that I could trust because I was a leader and I called the shots. I was always a boss. From that time on, I was always a boss. The moment I stopped drinking and taking care of business, I was in charge of my life. I was always a leader. I was always a boss. You know what I mean? When I lost that 6 months, I fell from grace and I fell back down to the ground. But the minute I got back on my feet, I was a boss. I was a leader again. Because that's the gene, it's the instinct that's in me from when I was young, when I talked and got around these older people. And I watched the way they acted and things they told me to do. And even though I didn't do it immediately, I did do the things I was supposed to do, even though I was drinking for that first 10, 15 years. When I launched out the pad of the game, I was on top of everything, you understand me? Everything was cool. I even had my drinking and drug use was reasonably under control. I mean, I would get in trouble, but I had money where I could get out of it, you know. And it wasn't really detrimental until around the 80s, you understand, the early part of the 80s, and that's when I had to clean up because it was early enough for my health to be right. But it was at the time where I started blacking out and things weren't right. The people I started associating with were low-down people. And it was like, that's what I mean about the birds of a feather. You know, you flock with those kind of people, bad things are going to happen. Nothing good's going to happen with that. You got to upscale your environment, upscale the people that you run with, and get around people that are doing good things, people that are, you know, being leaders, you know, people that are winning in life, you know, winning. You know, people that are smart. There's nothing about, I used to think people were squares. You know, I had a thing in my life where I didn't want to be around squares by being in the game. You know, I used to judge people by what they did. And, you know, they were squares or either they were here. And if they were squares, I didn't want to have nothing to do with them. But then I learned, I got out of that, you understand? My friend, he stayed in that all his life. He never did, you know what I mean, want to fit in with squares. Because we were always in the game and we never worked and was around. But that was an ideology at that time. But as I got clean and sober, I realized the square way is the right way. Going to bed early, going to the library, going, to the gym, going advancing, mind, body, and soul, trying to advance and get better and get smarter, and always growing, trying to be a better person in the world and in your life. The minute I found that out, I realized that, then I knew I had to associate with better people. Right now I associate with good people. I don't associate with nobody at all. And my people that I associate with are limited. It's only a handful of people that I even deal with now. Because, like when you're young and when you're trying to make marks in the game, you're trying to get to know everybody. When you know all the giants and you know all of them and you're a part of them, you don't have to be around them to be recognized as one of them. Because you go to all the events when there's parties, when there's different things, you do it. But when you're a grown man and you're independent, you understand me, and you're self-secure and self-sufficient, you don't need to be around a lot of people all the time. You know what I mean? If you got you a good woman, you got you a good queen, like I got me a good queen. I don't need to be around nobody else, you understand? You know what I'm saying? That's all, that's my world. So I don't need to be ripping and running the streets and going to these clubs and doing all this just to be doing it. When I was campaigning back in the day, it was different. When I was on active duty or when I was trying to do something, then that's a whole different story. Right now I'm retired and all I'm trying to do is live a good life and be my best self. And as long as I'm being my best self, then I'm not going to be nobody else. What I mean by that is, I'm going to wake up every day, you understand me, looking the best I can look, feeling the best I can feel, and doing the best me I can be, you understand? Now I just started back going to the gym, so I got that incorporated into my life, you understand me, as far as relaxing, working out, relaxing, and, and doing what I do, you understand? But looking good is the main factor, you know what I mean? And being your best self and staying positive. And the reason why I say I stay away from negativity is I don't need all that drama. People, causing chaos, people disturbing your peace. People disturb your peace. That's why I said if you're in a comfort zone and you're older, you're in a comfort zone because you're protecting yourself. You've been all over. You're not in a comfort zone because you haven't expanded. See, when I was younger, like I said, when I was on active duty, I went to Miami. I went to Key West. When I was in Miami, it was toxic. It was a toxic situation, but I wasn't drinking and I wasn't on drugs. But the places I lived, in the neighborhood I was in, you know what I'm saying, as me being a hustler, I had to be around these kind of people to a degree. But there was a lot of hate and jealousy because you were clean and you kept money and you weren't on drugs. You weren't, you know what I mean? You weren't caught up in that, And a lot of people, it's a lot of hate on when you are clean and sober. So that's why you don't be around the people that are doing those things when you're clean and sober, because they despise you, they envy you, even though they need you, but they despise you and can't wait for your fall because they know you're doing good and you're happy and you don't need drinks and you don't need drugs. So that's why you have to stay away from those people that are in their disease when you're not in yours, because all they want to do is bring you down. And it doesn't go together no kind of way. I don't care if you're making money off these people. It does not work. That's why people, you understand me, sometimes people that sell drugs end up being on drugs because they're close to the situation around that. So it starts off they're selling drugs, then they ended up taking drugs. Or if they're not taking that drug, they're taking another drug. They might sell cocaine, but they're smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? They're doing something to alleviate it and have peace because they're around that toxic situation, toxic people. See, when I was at this chicken shack, when I was over there, I was around all those type of people. You know what I'm saying? And I knew to myself, I said, wait, I got to even tighten myself up more and get away from these people. At the time, I had under control. It was all good. But I would not go back to that situation because it wasn't totally healthy. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't good at all because the money wasn't worth what I was doing to be around that negativity. I had some incidents around the situation with jealousy and hate and all that. And it was just that I was fortunate that everything was good for me because I got out at time, but you grow and you get better in life. And as you get better and as you grow, you don't want to deal with a lot of stuff that is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? At the time I was campaigning, I wasn't really solid like I am now. I'm solid now, you understand me? I got me a good woman, I got a queen that, you know what I mean, that makes me happy, so I don't need to be caught in those situations, you understand me? You know what I mean? I just be content and just appreciate the way my life is right now at the time. You know, everything is beautiful for me, so I just want to keep doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't have to be proving nothing to nobody. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like this. You don't have to give people information. People don't know about you. They see you. You ain't got to speak about it. They see it. They see the way you look. They see how you act. They see what's going on. You know what I mean? They can look at Facebook and see me and mine, how we doing it. You know what I'm saying? And the point is that a lot of people that be envious and jealousy, you don't have to even say nothing. You know what I mean? They just see you and they know you're doing good. You know? And that's why I say that the life I live, I know haters when I see them. I know haters without even talking to them. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Just the way they act. And I stay away from haters, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no room for no haters to be in my environment. You know what I'm saying? I stay away from them because they despise people that are doing good simply because they can't do it. You know, that's why like now, you know, I be around people that dress and do the things I do, that admire what I do, because I admire what they do, and they dress like I dress and do what they do. And that's what you need to be. That's why I say birds of a feather flock together, which is a good philosophy, because even as you get older, you got to identify with the people that are doing what you're doing. You know, it's just because then it's all love. See, it's love because they don't have to be jealous or envious because they doing what you're doing, and they look up to you if you do it better, then they don't despise you because they trying to do that like you doing. You're all in the same league. And that's why I said birds of a feather should flock together. And they do flock together. When you're in an environment and you see people, you see all these people that's tore up and raggedy, these people are all together because they all in the same league. They're in the same level. You see somebody real sharp and they with people that's tore up, that's because they selling them something or they doing something, they make some money, so they keep looking sharp. But those people that whatever they doing to and for, they despise them and hate them. They're waiting for their fall. And that's why I've seen it happen so many times. I've seen people that was on the top of their game, and they would talk shit and be bragging and everything, and be jumping out their Cadillacs and be see these people that are low life and bad and wouldn't do nothing for them and talk down on them. Man, don't you know, you understand me? The game will get them, the gods will get them, and they'll be like that. You got to be humble, and you got to be content, and you got to be at peace. You just got to stay away from them people. Don't be around them signifying and talking down on them. Just stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? Because you being around them like you showing off and trying to be better than them, and you're not no better than them. See, the average person that does that, he's one drink or one drug away from that. That's why I realized the value, you understand me, when I fell after I had 10 years clean, and I fell to the ground, you understand me? And within 6 months, I was right bottom. You understand me? And I had to jump back up and get back in the saddle because, hey, that wasn't me. But anybody can slip and anybody can fall, so you gotta be humble, man. You can't be, you understand me, arrogant and be bragging and be talking a whole lot of talking and putting people down and thinking you're better than somebody else. No, that doesn't work. And I've seen it happen to too many people, you know what I'm saying? And you just like them. When you look like them and act like them, you understand me, then you're like them. You know what I'm saying? So don't talk about those people that you're around with. Like me, I don't talk about, I just don't fool with them and stay away from them because I know I'm not trying to be in that situation. You advance, you get better, you get greater, you got to stay on your level. That's why you level up, you understand? And you don't go back because people, they despise and they hate. Hate is real. A lot of people don't understand that. They don't realize that. That's why they say don't use the word hate. Change the word. No, I use the word hate and I use the word tramp because these are things that are real. I don't care how you change the subject. I was a tramp when I was doing what I was doing and I was on the ground in front of that liquor store. I was a tramp. So I know what a tramp is and I don't want to be that. So what I do, I stay in my position and I stay on top of my game and I do better so I don't have to do bad. And that's what you have to do. But you got to call it like it is so you won't go back to that. If you accept that as okay, then you end up being there. You got to make sure you don't never do that. You stay away from that. You stay on the positive note and you stay around people that are doing what you're doing and be content. And those are the people that are going to show you love. You understand me? You ain't got to be lonely in this world. You affiliate and associate with people that's on your level, that's doing the things you're doing. You understand? People that appreciate you, people that want to see you with money, people want to see you, you know what I mean, your company, and all these different things. If they appreciate you for what you do, and they appreciate you for the person that you are, and you're being yourself. You're doing what you're doing because you do it because you're your best you can be, and let those people appreciate you, and you appreciate them for appreciating you. That's what you do. Don't mess with those ones that's hating and just talking about you. Don't even pay them no mind. Don't let them steal your joy. Stay away from them. If they don't appreciate you, they don't like you, and they hate you for whatever reason it is, just don't let it go. I don't care if it's family, if it's friends, if it's relative. I don't care who it is. You understand me? You just keep your distance. Don't let them steal a minute of your joy, because that's all they're gonna do. That's why I can't go backwards. I can't go back to arguing and talking about people and drinking and around people that drink. Even if I don't drink, if I'm around somebody that's drinking and they get to drinking and doing all that, no, they're taking my joy away because they ain't doing right. So I don't even want to be around that. So I advanced in the last 15 months. I've seen, well, I don't even want to do that. I cut them people and their family, and I won't be around that drinking and that. I refuse to be around it. You know what I mean? If I was to be back with them, when they started drinking, I'd get away from them, because I'm not going to let them steal my joy. And I used to bite my tongue and I wouldn't tell them the things I felt. But now I see you have to tell people how you feel, because they don't need you not telling them, because they got to accept you for who you are, and you're not on their level. So they have to level up, or either they're gonna let you go. They're not going to want to see you around them, because they're not going to try to be a better person themselves. They should be trying to be a better person. You understand? Because you got to be around the people, the birds of a feather fly together. You got to be around the people that's thinking and doing like you're doing. If they're on another page, another direction, then you don't mess with them. They don't have to look the way you look. I'm not saying they got to dress up. They got to talk the talk and talk right, talk about it, positive things. They got to be talking a positive, influential things to better themselves. They can't be talking down on people. They can't be, when they start doing that, change the subject to get away from you. You don't need to be seeing them all the time. You need to see the people, whatever the situation may call for. If they're negative, you don't need to be around them at all. Certain people you don't need to be around at all. Certain people say, certain friends I got, I shouldn't be around them. But I seen a friend the other day, and I seen him, and he was all right. He was cool. So I say I'm not going to not eliminate him because what somebody else say. I just know not to be around them. Certain things I won't do, like I won't go nowhere with them. I won't, you understand me, loan no money. I know certain things I'm not going to do because I know they stay broke. They don't never have no money, and they don't be on time. They don't show up to places. So then I know what to do. Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? It's like if they show up, they do. If they don't, they don't. But don't let that interfere with what I know and what I'm going to do. Don't depend on them in that way. You see what I'm saying? That's what you don't do. You don't depend on those people that are not dependable. You get around people that around. Really what you do is be your own best company. If you be your own best company, then you don't need the company of nobody else. You be your own self-sufficient self. And that's what I try to do. I try to be the best me I can be. And that's why what I'm going to do, you understand me, is to exactly do what's right, within me and mine. You know what I'm saying? I haven't got time to worry about what these other people do. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, these groups and these other people that do what they do, they're on their level, that's them. Because you got people that dress and look like you, but then they hate on you because you do it better than them. So you got people like that too, but you know what you do? You compliment them, you give them the respect that you want, and let that be it. If they are distant, then you just let it go. Because they shouldn't feel that way, but they do. You look better than them, so they don't want to get in the picture with you because you look better than them. If you are the way you are and that's the way you want to be that way. If they say they don't want to be around you because you look better than them, that's on them. That's their problem now. Not yours. You keep shining. Keep shining. Don't never dim your light for nobody. You keep shining. Don't dim your light for nobody. You understand? If you going somewhere, like I had somebody tell me yesterday, they was going to the dentist. And they said, I go to the dentist, I go to the store, I go everywhere being the best I can be every day. Like I'm going to a club, a nightclub, wherever I go. I don't let that affect me. You know what I mean? I be the best I can be. This is what I do for me. So I don't downgrade dressing or anything else when I go somewhere. If I go to the dentist, the doctor, wherever I go, I'm going to be the best. I'm going to be sharp as I can be every day because that's what I do. I do that for me. I'm not dummying down. That's like dummying down. I'm not dressing down. I do this and I'm doing it and I've been doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. That's what I do for me. You understand me? And the thing about it is, I've had people say that. You know, I had, you know, a relative say, oh, I don't know, I don't want to be overdressed. I want to dress like, what are they wearing? You know, you want to worry about what they wear. If you want, if you feel comfortable looking like the rest of them. Me, I'm going to always be the sharpest knife in the drawer. That's just the way I am. I'm going to be that way anyways. I'm comfortable that way. I don't feel bad about being sharp. Because every time I wake up and step out the door, I'm fully dressed. If I'm going to the mailbox, I'm fully dressed. That's just the way it is. That's the way I do it. I don't do it no other way. I'm not going to be seen no other way but then at my best. You understand? And that's my philosophy. That's what I do. That don't mean you got to do it. You understand? But I'm just saying, if you want to do it, don't feel bad when you go somewhere to a dentist or something, because all the people are going to do is admire you. All they're going to do is admire you. People love to see people dressed up and looking good, even though they don't do it themselves. They love to see you do it because they know it ain't easy. It ain't easy putting clothes together, even when you go out once a week or once a month, going to church on Sunday. It ain't easy putting clothes together to even go there, let alone when you do it every day. You understand me? It's not easy. So it's like it's something you do that's your talent and it's your skill, and it makes you fulfill your life. And the other people that you see you make them smile, you make them happy. And that's just an extra bonus because you're really not doing it for them either. You're doing it for yourself. But along the way, these are the rewards of doing it. People admire you. People, you know, they love it. But I know a lot of people, when I used to be that, you know, on 60, they were jealous of me and would talk about me, and they'd be raggedy. But every time people would admire me, and I would take pictures, and people want me to take pictures and all that, they would be jealous and despise. But why don't be jealous and despise and hate? You don't like this, then you just accept what you do and don't worry about me. Birds of a feather flock together. That's why you flock with the people that don't dress and look like they look, because you feel comfortable with those people. You know what I mean? And that's why I feel comfortable even by myself if I don't see nobody else dressing like me. Because there's very few that dress like I dress. So I don't worry about it. I don't let it bother me because it's a dying breed. It ain't many of us left. I remember when it was a crew of us. It was some birds around and we could flock together and have our feathers. But it ain't that many now. It ain't that many, so it's getting thin. So I'm carrying the flag to the best of my ability. I'm not letting it get me down. I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm going to stay down for my crown, you understand, like I used to say, you know. But it's just like I say, you understand me? I do it every day because that's the way I like to do it. You know what I mean? But I'm not trying to tell nobody else what they need to do or don't do. This is just something I do for myself. You understand me? Because I appreciate life. And I appreciate my life. And I'm happy now. See, happiness don't determine the material things you have. You know, happiness is a state of mind and where you feel fulfilled, you know what I mean, in your life. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you got love and you got happiness and you got peace, then you know, you got it all. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to have all the material things. See, when you get a certain age, I'm going to tell you something about material things. When you've had them, then you don't worry about them. If you never had it, then there's something to strive for, because you got to be somebody, you got to be the them if you don't have them. To get a reputation in life or whatever you're doing, to get a reputation, you have to be good or be one of the best at it, be one of the best people. So when I was young and I was on active duty, I was doing what I was doing in the fast life and all that. I got my medals in the game and all that. I got my medals. So now I'm not trying to get medals no more. I'm just trying to do what I love doing. That's why I'm comfortable, being me. Because I did what I had to do. Now what I'm trying to do is remain. And I know now I got a lot of people I know trying to impress me. You know what I mean? And I'm not impressed by all that. You know what I mean? Here you wait to get 60 or 70, 80 years old, and then you try to, you know what I mean, steady talking about what you're going to do and what you're going to have. What you had it. You ain't got to do nothing but just keep living. If you just keep living, you're doing enough right now. When you get to be a certain age, just keep living. And me, I'm going to keep talking about it. Because I got a lot to say, because I got a lot of knowledge, I got a lot of experience. 53 years in the game, actually. 53 years in the fast life. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I've been in the game all my life because I never worked. I was in the game all my life, but I was able to get a second chance at a first class life when I got out the fast life and got in the real world. You know what I'm saying? I got around politicians, I got around different religious groups, and you know, I just advanced and just wanted to find my place in the square world. I wanted to know where I could fit in. Being a community activist was what I did, because that was my forte. And then I was a named figure in the community, and I was in the newspaper like 3 times. You know what I'm saying? And I knew all these people that were about something, that you know, that were giants in the community. So by me being affiliated with them, I was known. And then like somebody was my mentor, and he passed me the torch, and he was the best dressed in the city, and he was the ambassador. They gave Willie Brown gave him the key to the city, made him ambassador of San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? And he passed me that torch, and I told Willie Brown about it. And Willie Brown said, "Yeah, you understand me? He honored me that what Smiley gave me." And that's the reason why I said, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, I've been through a lot, and I got a lot, you know what I mean, as far as reputation and a legend. I'm a living legend. But I don't speak on these things. I just keep living, man. I just keep living and keep doing what I'm doing and keep shining, you understand? I keep shining and my name keep ringing. And that's why a lot of haters are going to hate. Because when you're great, haters hate. That's all the way it is. It just ain't nothing no other way. Haters hate when you're great, man. And I know it, so I just stay great. I don't really understand me letting people get me down. I don't let them people affect me. You know what I'm saying? Because I know birds of a feather flock together, and the birds I used to run with, I don't run with no more, because I'm one of those person that grow in life. I get better each and every day, each and every way. And so I advance. I get stronger, I get better, and the better you get, and the more confident and strong you are, the more you don't need to be around nobody but your loved ones, your mate. You know what I mean? When you're a king, all you need is your queen. You understand me? And your immediate family, whoever it is, that's on your team. Other than that, you don't even got to worry. You understand me? The other people don't mean nothing to me. As far as that go, I'm not worried about the love from them. You understand me? Whether they hate or not, it don't make me no difference. Because I'm going to live my life to the best of my ability. I'm going to live it full, you understand me? And I'm a king, and I have a queen. And a lot of people hate the fact that they don't even understand what being a king and a queen is. Because you got to be the part, you got to play the role, you got to be in a position to carry the crown. You don't wear the crown if you ain't putting it down. You got to be on top of everything, you understand me? And be an example so younger people can see you as that. Now, I might have been in the fast life, but I advanced to another part of life. I was the best in the fast life, and now I'm great in this real life. Because you got to know what counts, you understand me? And kings and queens, that's what time it is, you understand me? You want to be the best you'll be. You want to be an example to younger people. So when they see you, they look up to you. They see you as somebody and something. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said your legacy what means a lot. It's not the money you got, it's the legacy that you leave. You understand? And by you doing that, you got to walk the walk and talk the talk and be honored, be honorable. You understand me? And show respect. And give respect, and you'll receive respect. And that's what people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, birds of a feather flock together. I don't mess with the birds I used to mess with. You know, I advanced and got better and everything, and I know the ones that I used to mess with, they still, you know what I mean, weren't identified. But they drugging and drinking and thinking. I ain't got time for it. I ain't falling down. I ain't trying to go back down. I ain't trying to go back around. You understand? I'm trying to stay on a positive note. You know, but I ain't worried about the ones that the fake friends that you think you got, that you think were your friends, but they're not. You know what I'm saying? You can tell the way they act if they're your friends or not. You know what I mean? That's why I know, so I don't let nothing interfere with my life. I live a good life, and I try to be the best I can be. And I do that, you understand me, because I know that's going to carry me to victory. As long as I do that, be my best self, I ain't got to worry about nobody else. I don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the best I can be. You know? And take care of me and mine, you know what I mean? And that's why I don't tell everybody my business. See, I come from the fast life, I come from the game. Where I come from, you don't tell people what you're doing now. When you speak of your things you do, you speak of things you did in the past. You don't speak of what you're doing now. That's not none of nobody's business. You still doing that, so you don't expose that to nobody. You keep that to yourself. You understand? I don't do that. That's why people, they ain't gonna find out what I'm doing. When people ask me a while ago, where did I get these glasses? I said, LA, man. I don't tell people where I got some or where it come from. You know what I'm saying? That's how, because they'll go try to get what you got. And the point of it is, people have what you got, then it makes it look cheaper. because the more you see something, then it makes cheaper because you see more people with it. I don't care how expensive it is. If you see 4 or 5 people wearing it, it takes the originality up from it. That's why people buy expensive things, because a lot of people, you ain't gonna see that many with it. If you notice that. You know, you ain't gonna see everybody with it. You know what I'm talking about? So that's why, like I say, you want to be distinctive. You want to be original. You want to do your own thing. You know what I mean? People that copy other people, try to look like somebody else, that ain't gonna work. But anyway, my time is running out. I gotta close this show. I got a lot more to say, but I have to say it next week, because this is International Red for the Record, the fashion experience. And I'll sign out and let everybody know that just look at me on Channel 29. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.